Hello, good morning to all. You're here with Brothers Forge Gaming for yet another Platinum Trophy Guide. And right here, what you have is a real treat. Shalnor Legends Sacred Lands on the PlayStation 4. Available as a download right now on sale for 99 cents. Otherwise, regularly, I believe $9.99, well worth it. And we're going to throw out some credits real quick for these guys. Johnny Ostad, he has another game on sale right now as well. So like Bullstrom or something like that. I didn't much care for it, but it is also right now 99 cents with a relatively easy platinum if you're looking for that. I wasn't a huge fan of it, so but it doesn't mean it's not a cool game. If you want to check it out, you can't beat the price, 99 cents. And as you can see here, look at that. Gotta love that support. Freesound.org. Those people doing all this stuff. This guy making this game pretty much by himself. Very cool. But yeah, like I said, real quick, we got a real treat right here for you. Very excellent game. Now, this is going to be a Platinum Trophy Guide, so bear with me. If you guys want to get into some gameplay, we're going to show you that a little bit later. But right now, I'm just going to break it down for you and show you some of the different ins and outs, go over some of the more difficult trophies. If you're looking for a Platinum on this, it's going to require 2 playthroughs. And what I would recommend is that you play through the game, have fun, enjoy it. If you end up liking it and want a platinum, go ahead and try the platinum. Once you beat it on regular, you unlock heroic, and then you need to beat it then again on heroic, in which most of the trophies, well, not most, but a good portion of the trophies require you to play it on heroic and unlock things in heroic. So basically on that first playthrough, basically only buy and unlock what you need and to progress the game and try to get through it if you are solely going for the platinum. Otherwise, if you're not going for the platinum, you could care less. Go through, unlock all the stuff, the resources and the gold and all that's more plentiful in the first run. So yeah, what you're looking at, there's 50 trophies on this. One platinum with a 3.9%. There's a huge drop off on this because people, obviously, I don't know, maybe they didn't want to play through it again on heroic or something. But realistically, there's not really any hidden items or anything like that. It's all straightforward. The game itself isn't overly difficult. There's some tough spots. The boss fights are really straightforward. And you know what? At first look, when I saw this game, when I watched the trailer for it in the PlayStation Store, I thought, oh, okay, here's yet another Link to the Past clone. You know what I mean? Based on just kind of like the graphics and the sprites and things like that. But I was really wrong about that. Obviously, you can see that it gets its inspiration probably from, Zelda a little bit. But there's a lesser known game, and actually came out on Sega Master as probably somewhat of a competitor to Zelda. But here in the States, we didn't really get too much of the Sega Master. It was more of a European kind of thing where, in which drove the later Genesis push for that area, because it was more, had more of a foothold there. But, over here, Nintendo of America was just crushing it in the market, just basically, had a monopoly on the home gaming console of the time, which ended up working out okay, saving the market and all. But anyway, this plays more, I would say, like a game called Golvelis. Excellent game, hidden gem, super good game. If you haven't played it, you absolutely must. If you enjoy games like The Legend of Zelda, so good. So yeah, like I said, 1 platinum, 2 gold, 11 silver, and 36 bronze for a total of 50 trophies. Now that's just crazy, right? Okay, so that is a lot of trophies, and this game is fun. It's a lot. I actually, in retrospect, had a lot more fun playing this game than I thought I did. I went to play, some games after this, and I was like, you know what, that other game was really good. I'm kind of sad that I'm not playing it anymore. But yes, okay, so most of the trophies you're going to get from killing enemies and bosses, and, you can, like any good game, you can hack the bushes, you get a trophy for that. You get them for gathering materials, collecting items, spending gold, talking to NPCs, reading books, opening chests, and probably something else I'm missing. But all that stuff is inclusive, and you're going to see it in the game as you're going through. Now, as you're farming, and probably even before you're farming, there's one that's called Blazing Barrel. Okay, it's for burning 100 barrels with flaming arrows. Very straightforward. Next, Talkative. Have 10 conversations with living characters. You're going to see those in the different areas of the games. basically when you're going through the game on heroic, trying to find all the chests and different things, you're gonna run into those guys. They're not like hidden or anything. And basically, uh, let's see. When I first played through this game, I basically did it in the day. And then there's certain things that happen at night. So I basically on my heroic run, I basically played through the game on nighttime, so you could see some of the ghosts and things that you don't see during the day. There's ones for spinning gold, but the last one is big spender. Spend 5,000 gold. It's not cumulative, but you will get that on your heroic playthrough, trying to upgrade everything. Now, Ghost Whisperer, that's for finding the ghost characters and talking with them. Again, you got to find them at night, and they're not like super hidden, but they are. You got to look for them. Okay, Master Alchemist, and that's brew 100 potions or elixirs. And like I said, go for this on heroic, and it's not cumulative. Then there's Ice Cold, kill 20 monsters with cold or whatever it says, but it's actually just ice arrows. Share the pain. Talk to 10 wailing ghosts. They're in a specific level. If I remember, I'll show you that, but you can't miss them. Some of them immediately chase after you. Other ones of them stand there, and you can go talk to them, and then they try to kill you. So that's something you got to do there. Now, Master Fisher, there's ones for catching 10, like 50, and then the Master Fisher is 100 fish. Catch 100 fish, and within doing that, when you're fishing, you'll see it. There's a meter, and you got to get it pretty much right in the center. And I think it's random, and every time I got it, I already had like almost max gold, so maybe that had something to do with it. But when you do catch it, you get 1,000 gold, and it's called the Diamond Fish. Catch diamond crusted gramu, something like that. Okay, and then right in the beginning, you're gonna see, I'll show you. You're gonna be in the first NPC basically you run into. There's a stew pot. You just have to collect and eat 5 stew. You can get that trophy pretty much as you start the game. There's one for Master Collector, and it's finding all items, maximum armor, fully upgrade your armor, cutting edge sword, fully upgrade sword, glorious bracers, fully upgrade bracers, treasure hunter, find and open all chests, full quiver, unlock all arrows, merchandise, find all ghost merchants and buy all of their goods. Now, this is the part where the heroic comes in, because there's something called Full Metal Huntress, and it's find all items and get all upgrades, and that needs to be done on heroic. Okay, so basically you could go through and do all those other ones and then still have to go back through and play and unlock them all again on your heroic playthrough. So whatever way you want to do that. But I'll let you know it requires an insane amount of grinding to do that, so you're looking at a lot more time investment if you want to go that road. Okay, here. Then there's Heroic Gather. You have to have 10 of all the mats in your backpack at once. Not super hard to do. Just do that before you start like making stuff. Then there's different ones for finding the life gems, but the Life of a Hero and Hero of Mana is to find 6 of each during your heroic run. And then you've got Spirit of Fortune, Spirit of Hope, Spirit of Determination, Spirit of Joy. There's 3 figures. Basically, if you break the game into 4 sections, those are like the spirit of each section, and then there's 3 figures hidden in each section, some of which you have to buy. I think one you have to buy from each ghost merchant, if I could speak. And then there's one for, I think, reaching the first dungeon on heroic, and then of course the final boss heroica, beating the final boss. For any of those of you who have seen and enjoyed the movie Storks, Andy Samberg, what a comedian. Okay. So that's about the gist of that, the breakdown of all the different kind of trophies and things you're going to get. Very straightforward. I'm going to show you where the one like kind of hidden chest is, if I can get there. Let's take a look at... Okay, so as you can see here, was that about 14 hours or so? I believe the wiki, or not the wiki, but the PlayStation roadmaps, I think they say anywhere from like 12 to 15 hours. So I think I might have overgrinded a little bit on the first playthrough. But, I had fun. So you can see there. And then I went through and did everything on heroic, and that's about the time it took there. I think I overshot. I did pretty good actually, not over grinding gold, because what happens is, so not only you get the materials and the gold and stuff from the same basically barrels that you're gonna farm over and over and over again, and it's a random drop on that stuff. So you have to balance the amount of gold you need with the amount of materials you need. So basically, as you're grinding gold to buy items and upgrade your stuff, be making those potions, be doing all that so that you're building up your alchemy, you're building up all of that, so you're not ending up at the end of the game going, shit, I need to do 100 potions now, so now you're going to have to overgrind like a ton. So let's take a look real quick. I'll show you the completed inventory. This is basically the last level of the game, right before the last boss fight. We're not going to get into that. I don't want to spoil anything too much. How the hell do you open this menu? Okay. So as you can see, here's what a completed inventory looks like. And as you can see, there's stacks. So you don't have to like really go to get the mats. They all come out of the barrels, as you can see on there. There's better spots though, obviously, to farm. And I've actually seen like certain materials drop more in certain areas, but realistically, you don't have to worry about that. Just go to the spot where was that spot? There's a spot in the desert where you go into a room. It's kind of a little bit of a walk, but there's probably like 50 barrels that you blow up with one fire arrow. And you basically just rinse repeat on that. It has the best drops I've seen. There are better places to kind of like farm gold, but that ended up being the best spot. Maybe I'll show you guys that in the process if I can remember. But as you can see here, so the 1515, so it outlines everything you need to do, all the figures, all the different things you get from beating them. It shows you all that. Finding the bag is so the first thing you're going to want to do is get the thing that has more money, and that's for turning in all 3 gold figurines. I'm pretty sure you can do that before you really do anything else, so that way you can hold more gold, and eventually you'll need to buy the oh sorry, that's the gold pouch. The provision bags is helpful as well, but not completely necessary, but definitely easier when you're going for alchemy. But you do have to buy it anyway in the course of trying to get the trophy, so you may as well. So anyway, once you get the medium gold pouch, then you can buy the large gold pouch for 500 gold from the ghost merchant in, I believe, where you see the wailing ghosts and things like that. So that's where like you're gonna want to work on that first, and you're gonna need 10 ghost coins. So the majority of your grinding because fishing is a really good way to make gold, but you don't get mats, so it's kind of a trade-off. So basically the first things you need to grind out is get the money for this. Or well, get the 3 gold figures. I think you need to buy one of them, so that's 250, and then you're gonna need to buy all the ghost coins. There's 10 of them for 250, and then like I said, this gold bag here. Besides that, unless you're needing it to like help progress the boss fight, you really don't need to do any early on grinding or upgrading or anything like that, unless just like hey, my gold bag's full, I need to go buy something, so you're not wasting gold. Like I said, it's a balancing act that way, and so just use your best guess on that stuff. Really, it is a guessing game, and like I said, I overshot it by a little bit. And then here's some player statistics, so it shows you some of that. You get this. There's like an arrow game in the desert when you kind of towards the end when you unlock the lightning arrows. You'll see that, but it's not super hard. It's a random thing, so basically you just have to keep doing it till the spawn happens in your favor. But those things help you when you're looking for potions and fish caught and things. But realistically, you don't need that. It's pretty useless. All right, so let's go take a look at starting a new file. So you can do normal, or as you can see here, difficulty after beating the game, and the traps deal 2 times when the traps are deadly, man. And then so things are more rare. I didn't see any different fight mechanics of any of the enemies or any of the bosses or anything like that. Everything else was straightforward except for what it tells you there. So let's just do one on normal. Let's take a look at this story. So yeah, as you can see right away, you're thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, okay, A Link to the Past on Super Nintendo, Legend of Zelda, very cool, right? You just immediately think that, but this game, I want to tell you right now, plays a lot more like Golvelis, which is a very excellent game. If you've never heard of it, you gotta play it. Even if you have to get yourself a Sega Master, which isn't terribly... Well, actually, I haven't checked the price on those for a while, but the games aren't that much. The system isn't bad to obtain. So, or, if you want to ROM it, but you gotta play it. And then here's where you'd go to get the sword. And probably one of the ghost people that you must speak with in order to get those trophies. Those are my bones. Those wasps are a pain in the butt, but if you come through this area at night, no wasps. Pro tip. No, just kidding. But yeah, the bees are annoying. Super annoying. Yeah. Wait. Altitude. Oh yeah. Okay, there it is. So, that's an example of how you collect and do mats. And again, you really don't need to do too much early farming on this, or you're pretty much going to be, kind of like over farming. So whichever way you want to do it, you do it. I'm just here to try to help you do it faster. Okay, and then here is basically like the first NPC is over here. I can't help myself trying to collect. I don't need them at all, ever. Okay. So here, and it even lines it out for you. Okay, provision bag, yabba ya. So basically, you get yourself 5, two. You can only hold 2, and then you do this. You can only hold 2, so you do it. Fill it up, eat it, and then do it again. Okay, do it again. Okay, and then do it again. Eat one more, and you've got yourself a trophy. Boom, that fast. I might as well just give it to you for turning on the game. Okay, and then these are the guys you're looking for to talk to. This guy does upgrades, and you can talk to him. He gives you some kind of like cryptic information that's not very helpful. When they bark, they shoot bees, dude. You know how deadly these bees are, right? Oh man, it's outrageous how deadly bees are in these games. Probably the hardest enemy in the whole game. I'm not kidding. All right, so yeah, so basically there's your armor pass. You got to unlock them to see, but these all cost gold and materials. Straightforward. And then here is an example of the books you're trying to read. So you just read through those. I don't know how many there are, but usually they're in somebody's house or near like where an NPC character is. There aren't, to the best of my recollection, anything like super hidden or anything. So then you've got your day and your night, right? So you have to do this basically to progress the game from there. And I think when you come out of here, it'll tell you where to go. Oh, if I wasn't walking into... Well, that is one thing actually about this game, that they have some very sticky panels, and what I mean by that is like so when you come out of like a staircase or something, you get hung up on the wall, or a lot of time you end up kind of like going back in to where you were trying to come out of. Is pretty annoying. If you're impatient like me, it's very annoying, and also, but if you're just whatever, you probably won't even notice it. But I don't know, trying to jam through these games, you'll see it. This is where you come to bring the end of the last level. If you're having trouble finding it, that's where it is. And then here's an example of, so this is how they hide the chests in the game. How close did I have to be to that? I guess once you kind of get it to appear, it stays there for a while. So there's like, I think there's one in each section, and do I have the map yet? So one in each section, something like that, in each area, and then there's ones in like the caves and stuff that you have to find. But as far as it goes, those are like really the only hidden chests. So let's see what's in there. Oh yay, a lifestone. 3 more. Why don't you just give me a heart container to begin with? I hate that. Just give me the damn heart container. So annoying, make me get 3. Jerks. I still don't think to this day I've gotten every life container in Zelda 1, Zelda 2, but in Zelda Link to the Past they make you get those damn heart pieces, and they're super hard to find, and I think I just said, you know what, screw that. I don't care. I don't think I ever got max life in that game. I don't need those. I gotta keep telling myself I don't need that junk. If you go kind of north of where I was in the middle, that's where the wailing ghosts are going to be, but you can't access that area until you've unlocked ice arrows. So here's the example of... Yeah, might as well just... Example of the first, basically, dungeon. So, and then here's how you would make potions. So you need those mats, and you got to make a dang 100 of those things. And like I said, you may as well do it on your heroic run. And then you talk to this guy, and he's like, wanting your money. So, basically you got to get those ghost coins if you're going for the plat. That guy only charges you 150, but all the rest are 250, so he actually cuts you a deal. And the only purpose of those ghost coins is to get the fishing rod. So if you're not going for the platinum or you don't care about fishing, then you don't need them. And then here would be basically, you know, a little more variety in this game would have made it stand out a little bit more than it did. Because, I mean, you're basically going to be facing these same trap mechanics in every level. They just get more difficult as you progress. There is a stone skin potion you can buy, and you're gonna want that stone skin potion when you do your heroic run for sure. And this is a combination to take a screenshot. I didn't, and I forgot, and then luckily I was able to kind of like remember it. But there's a chest like immediately south. You can't go access the other area until you get flame areas, but there's a directly south of the starting area, there's a cave with like a heart piece in it, basically, or a life gem, whatever you want to call it. Anyhow, that's the combination to that thing. Then remember this spot. You got to come back, melt that with your ice arrows. That could be one that hangs you up because it's at the beginning of the game. You know, you could. Oh no, Slimer. And then so this is probably the only hidden chest in the entire game. So you can kind of creep by right there. And then otherwise you wouldn't notice it because you just, oh, what's that empty space up there? And there's a couple areas like that throughout the game as well that have nothing. So this was very misleading to me here. So there you go. I mean, and they make mention of a hidden chest. If you talk to some different people, they make mention of a hidden chest several times throughout the game. Different NPCs. So, you know, they tell you it's here, but if you're not looking for it, that's pretty tough to find. So yeah, and then, you know, these are an example of the puzzles that you're going to see coming through the game. And then they put these switches right here, which is resets it, but it's kind of shitty because I've been trying to go over there to like put that last one in, and I hit the dang reset button, and it's very frustrating. I don't remember. I told you I was going to show you some other stuff through the game, and I don't remember what I said earlier. So hopefully this is enough to cover what I was talking about. Oh yeah, I told you I was going to show you a good place to farm, so I will show you a good place to farm. Let me get out of here. Oh, I do need the bow to show you, so this is pointful. Trust me. Uh-oh. No, I might have just totally screwed up. Helps to be paying attention when you do stuff like this. Thanks, man. Thanks for reminding me. I get to rambling. That Sioux City sarsaparilla. You know what I'm saying? And that White Russian. Okay. Da-da! We got the bow of Illyria. Illyria? I don't know if I'm saying that right. Anyhow, you can bust that out. There's a bit of a lag with it, so you gotta, like... See what I mean? You can... If you're tapping it too quick, it's no good. You know, earlier I talked about quick tapping, but now, you know, it's all about that rhythm. Gotta find that mixture. Easy knows what I'm talking about. Illyria's champion. The keeper. I'm telling you, this game is good. If you are looking for like a pretty fun, like chill game to play, you've found it. And I'm telling you, it's worth whatever price you pay for. Well, not whatever price you pay for it, but regular price or sale price, however you want to do it, it'll work. Very good. I'll just go up here and show you real quick. For the parlance of our times, the Haunted Crag, that's what it's called. So up here is where you're going to see those wailing ghosts. And again, they are not part of the trophy for talking to the NPC ghosts. Completely different. And then some of the enemies, they take... I think the blue enemies take more damage from the fire, the red ones more from the ice, you know. Not that it's really relevant because no enemy in this is very tough besides these darn wasps. But we're not even gonna see them because it's nighttime. Totally cheap the game out this way. Yeah, might as well show you where another hidden... Oh yeah, okay. So there's a hidden thing over here, and this was... I mean, it's pretty darn obvious, but maybe not. So anyway, there are 2 chests in here. One you can get now, one you have to get later. Oh, owie. I might have to eat some chicken stew. No. Stew meat. Oh no, it's a golden figure. So actually you do need to come here. And then you can't get in here until you get the flaming arrows. So yeah. Can I make a potion? No. Okay, just don't die. Oh man, Last Ninja. Yeah, have you been able to pass that part yet? Oh man, that game's so cool. I love the music in that thing too. It's so good. Oh, I think there's a bed over here. Aha! Oh, I should probably... Yeah, I don't need to talk to that guy. Anyway, you need to talk to that guy if you're going for the thing. You can unlock a shortcut. And realistically, I don't need to go in that bed. And then there's a lot of... basically, once you get to a certain area, you can unlock a loop around. Why they do that, I guess for farming reasons or something. Oh, okay. I think there is another chest over here, actually, if I can remember. Yeah, so there's one over here you want to get. Ta-da! And there's one more. So yeah, I think there's one in like each section of the map. So this would be considered a section, and then when we go up here, it will be considered another section. Is this... Okay, so this is an example of the keeper. This is where you want to get this as soon as you humanly possibly can. Oh man, have you ever heard of such a thing? You need to. Can you look in your D&D manual and see if there are wolf nipple chips in that frickin' manual, dude? Because if that's just a random thing for Might and Magic, I mean, I don't know. It's got to be in D&D somewhere. Because who the frick thinks of something called wolf nipple chips? That's just mind blowing. Who would even want to eat those? Ugh. Maybe they're good. Maybe it's like what are those things called? Texas oysters, or what am I thinking of? Rocky Mountain oysters. Disgusting, right? Okay, so alright, so yeah, if you follow those chests I showed you right there, you're gonna get yourself a 10-point life upgrade right away. Okay, and so here would be... Actually, I guess they were both on the same screen, so call me a liar if you want. And again, you can unlock portals for fast travel. There's, you know, basically like... There's not one in each area, or each section, but definitely one in each area. So you could sleep in that bed there. That's going to be a useful bed to sleep in. And then here's an example of the ghost merchants. You can only find them at night. Bastard. So yeah, so you're going to want to buy, you're going to need to buy that. And I think the other one is in one of these caves somewhere. So you'll find that. And that is going to help you so much. And then you could come buy the provision bag if you want. You don't really need it right away. I mean, on Heroic, it might be helpful to have 4 potions. So you may want to get that, and then, you know, buying this stuff can wait. You can wait on the ghost coins and things till a little later. You don't unlock the fishing till like the last area, but like I said, that will really help you get gold quickly because you got to fish 100 anyway. So basically, just try to get those 100 fish. Try to catch a diamond fish as much as possible. It's just gonna make your life a little easier. And then up here on that section up there, if you go all the way around, there's a cave that leads up there, and that's where the sword merchant is to upgrade your sword and such. But basically, once you get the bow, you don't really need your sword as much. Most of the enemies that are hard, you're going to be fighting with your bow anyway. And then through here, you're going to have to go, and there are all these caves here, each with a scarab of sorts. Go in there, there's a different puzzle to solve. And then you go in there, and that's basically, I guess, the first dungeon. That other one wasn't really a dungeon, it was like a cave, so I guess that'd be your first dungeon. Pretty straightforward. Not too difficult whatsoever. And then here... there are some upgrades you can get for your bracers. which I would recommend doing as soon as you can, because you get life and mana back. Give me that coinage. Okay, so this, if I had flaming arrows, I could blow that up in one shot. They would all be destroyed. Otherwise, you can just kind of do it like this. But as you can see, you get a plethora of goodies. Oh, look at that, the treasure! So, you know, as you can see there. But the downside of this is the walk. It's a little bit tedious, but realistically I did the distance math and all that on some of the other areas you can go that have better farming. You're going to be going in and out so much anyway, and that one gives you more drops. I feel like some of the other ones you could get gold faster, but when you need mats, that's the one to go to right there. So then I want to show you one other thing. I think one other thing. Anyhow, let's go over here. So there's an example of fast travel. Here's that cave I was mentioning earlier, which is also not a terrible place to farm early on to get a few upgrades, because you've got 2 little spots there. And then as you can see, if you compare the walking distance to the other cave, you know, doing both of those and gumming in and out, it's all basically the same. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you. So there's an upgrade you can get for your sword, and I think you can get it before you get your first gold bag upgrade, but maybe not. But anyway, it reduces the stamina cost for charging, which is how you can, you know, kind of like speed up the traveling in that cave I was just showing you. So that's a good unlock to get right away before you start farming. It is going to save you time. The stamina potion is basically worthless, so don't waste your time. What was this? 26428 was it? I think? Yeah, so okay, so there you go there. That's how you get that. Like I showed you that a little earlier. There's another life stone for you. But yeah, like I said, it'll greatly reduce your distance in that cave for farming. So like I said, get yourself a little bit set up before you start farming and get those gold bags and things that are going to make it easier. 250 isn't that much gold to hold, so having that 500 is very nice, and once you're able to get the 1,000, it's even better, because then you can really just go, okay, for the next half hour I'm going to just farm stuff because you're bored or whatever. For me, I don't really mind the grind. I really enjoy like grinding in RPGs, just killing monsters over and over and over to get gold or experience or a certain item that rare drop. I have fun doing that kind of stuff for some reason. I don't know why. It's probably the most boring, ridiculous thing ever, but I don't know. I've always kind of liked doing that stuff. Risk versus reward. I don't know. I feel like the reward for that stuff is simple. You know, you spend an hour banging your head against the wall so that then you can basically progress the next part of the game a lot easier. So to me, it just you know, the balance is there. Plus, a lot of time I like doing mindless things when I don't feel like thinking or anything. He's like, oh, I'm just going to hit and tap the button and get something cool. It's true. It is very true. But yeah, I mean, that's basically going to be it, guys, on how to get yourself a platinum trophy. I showed you some of the ways to start out with the game. You know, kind of lined it out as best I could. I may have left a few things out. There's a lot to this game with 50 trophies. The plat drop-off is pretty crazy on this. To only be 3.9% for as easy as this game is and as much fun as this game to play, I'm really surprised to see it that low. There are no glitch trophies, to the best of my knowledge. So usually when you see a plat that low, it's either a super hard game or, you know, it's a glitched thing. So that's not the case in either way on this one. I do recommend this game. Brothers Forge approves of Shalnor Legends on the PlayStation 4. It's a fun game. It really is. There's a little bit of, you know, issues with it. It's not a perfect game, but it is definitely a fun game, and you can get yourself a platinum trophy. And right now, like I said, I think, what's the date today? I don't know. Until the 13th, which was maybe yesterday. What the heck day is it? Today. Oh, okay. So today might be the last day of the sale to get this for 99 cents. But check around. It might come back around to 99 cents. Or like I said, it's worth it's worth the 9.99 it sits for regularly, which I want to say is the normal price. Either way, it's a fun game. If you're bored, you're looking for a fun game to play, get your next platinum. Here you go. Shalnor Legends. You won't be disappointed. Check it out. You've been hanging out with Brothers Forge Gaming. Make sure to check out all of our Platinum Trophy guides if you want, like I said, a new game to play and a new Platinum to get. That's right, Easy. Brothers Forge approved. And make sure Easy's dropping some content, I think he said today or tomorrow. It's going to be excellent. Keep tuning in, guys. We appreciate your views, your comments, your likes. And, of course, if you want to subscribe, we'd really appreciate that, too. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you on the next run.